Today, we are going to talk about how to master Zoom and Microsoft Teams job interviews, and how to make a lasting impression and clinch your dream job. Finding a job in these difficult times can be daunting. Unemployment has skyrocketed, and now more than ever, you need the extra edge to stand out and make a lasting impression on potential employers. So, you managed to secure an interview, but now it's an online interview. How are you going to make an impression online and clinch your dream job? The Bua Learning Community would like to share tips from an online recruiter and assist you to master Zoom or Teams interviews like a pro. If you know how to prepare for an online interview, you are already halfway there. In this video, we would like to share with you important steps you need to take prior, a day before, and during the Zoom or Teams interview to ensure that you stand out from other candidates and make a lasting impression on the interview panel and your potential employer. Armed with these tips, you will be able to handle online interviews with confidence and pass these interviews with flying colors. But what is a Zoom or Teams interview? Zoom or Teams are video conferencing software that connect you remotely for video or voice call meetings with one or more people. More and more recruiters are now using these video conferencing software applications to interview potential candidates across the globe. Okay, let's start. In the days prior to the interview, you need to take the following 9 steps. Step 1. You should download the Zoom or Teams software or app ahead of time. Zoom and Teams have smartphone apps for Apple or Android phones, as well as downloadable software for personal computers or laptops. Step 2 is to familiarize yourself with these apps or software so that you're comfortable using it. Make sure you know how to activate the camera and configure the different voice settings, how to share documents, and how to mute and unmute your microphone. Step 3 is to look out for a message or email from the recruiter who will send you the meeting or interview link and access code. It is the recruiter's responsibility to set these up, so if you have not received a link or access code, remember to ask for it. An important tip is to double-check the date, time, and time zone of the interview. Step 4 is to set aside a few hours a day or two before the interview to prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically for the interview. Step 5 is to get to know your potential employer. Visit their website and specifically familiarize yourself with a potential employer's vision, mission, values, strategic goals, and organizational structure. Step 6 is to study the job profile or advertisement of the position you applied for. Take special note of the skills and attitudes required from the potential candidate. Some adverts might also refer to these as competencies. Step 7 is to get to know the interview panel. The best way is to study their professional profiles on LinkedIn. In Step 8, you need to write down the questions that you would like to ask the interview panel. Do not skip this opportunity. Step 9 is to think about projects or situations where you had to display the competencies required for the position you are interviewing for. For example, the interviewer might ask, tell the panel about a time when your integrity was tested, or a time that you had to be creative, or a time you had to handle a conflict. If you have examples ready, you will not be caught off guard. A day before the online interview, the first step is to test your technology. If you use a laptop or PC, test the microphone and webcam or camera. Ensure that you have a stable broadband internet connection. During a Zoom or Teams interview, recruiters will want to see you and hear you well. Make sure everything is efficient to avoid unnecessary stress. Secondly, you need to look the part. You should dress the same as you would have for an in-person interview. A plain professional look is your best bet. Third, find a suitable space at home or in the office that is quiet and without distractions. Make sure that the background for your video is professional. For example, your background could be a neutral color wall in your house or office. Fourth, ensure that your video image is not overexposed, too light, or too dark. The interview panel want to clearly see your face, expressions, and nonverbal communication. Fifth, remember to be on time, but not to join the meeting too early. We suggest that you join the online interview 2 to 3 minutes before the time. Okay, now you're being interviewed. What now? First, remember to keep your video on throughout the interview. Mind your body language and avoid distracting gestures such as playing with your hair, tapping your fingers, etc. Keep eye contact with the panel and avoid looking at your own image on the screen. Secondly, speak slowly and clearly. This will give the impression that you are confident and at ease. Remember also that it is totally fine to ask the panel to repeat a question. And lastly, be in the moment. Answer the questions honestly, be courteous and curious. You got this. All the best with your Zoom or Teams interviews. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content to learn about life, love, purpose, and joy. The Bua Learning Community now also offers an online course on a personal journey to success, joy, and mindfulness. Simply click on the link in the description below and follow the online instructions. Until next time.